Okay.
If you're ready to harness the power of your communications data, blast off with Nylas today.
Hello and welcome to Coding with Nylas, the live stream where we talk about programming, APIs, and more. My name is Blag, Senior Developer Advocate.
And my name's Ram, Developer Advocate at Nylas.
Hiram, how are you doing today?
I am doing good. I'm excited to be back and doing live streams with you. I took a bit of a break last week.
Yeah, that's right.
How about yourself? How are you?
I'm doing fine, just with a bit of allergy, as I told you, because of the pollen. I mean, we're surrounded by forests here in Ottawa. So it was a good thing with the wildfire, because kind of like the air was kind of like killing. But also right now, because of all the pollen and the dandelion flying around, it's crazy on your sinus. So I'm getting better.
Okay, well, hopefully all that clears soon. So what are we talking about today?
So today it's going to be a nice episode again, because we're going to talk about how to manage your contacts using NiceGUI. So let me share my screen just so I can show you the NiceGUI homepage, which is this one, nicegui.io. It's an amazing framework for Python, which allows you to do the front end and the back end. It uses Vue.js and the Quasar components. So it's pretty cool. I really like kind of like the graphics and the way they design it. And the documentation is pretty good. It's also pretty easy to install and use. So we're gonna see now. I'm going to run it. And remember that I did this last time in a past live stream, but using Pinecone. So this time I'm kind of doing the same idea, but using NiceGUI. So I'm gonna run it. And the cool thing I like about NiceGUI is that when you run it, it opens up the browser for you. So you don't need to go and type anything. Here is gonna grab my contacts. So Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Bret Hart, etc. And here you can see that we have the empty slots for the information. So if I select Hulk Hogan, for example, and I click on update, it's going to grab the image and it's going to grab all the information concerning to that user. If I switch to myself, it's going to grab my name and all my information. So let's try to modify Hulk. Let's say Terry Hollywood Hogan. Actually, we sent. Oh, yeah. So we're gonna press, and here we can change something as well, like host gym owner, first gym owner, for example. So I'm gonna click submit. And you see here the contact was updated. And this is something I really like about NiceGUI, that you can actually show something to let you know that you actually, or the update was successful. So we're gonna see Randy Savage, and then we're gonna go back to Hulk Hogan just to see that actually the change was there. So you see, every time I select one of these, it's gonna go into the API and it's gonna retrieve information. So you can see that what we changed here has been successfully updated. And you can see that it's pretty fast. That's what I like about this. So let's say we go to myself and we're gonna say, like, also known as Alvaro. So I'm gonna press submit.
Blag, when you get a chance, can you zoom in on the screen?
Oh, sure, totally.
Okay.
That's better.
Yep, that's good.
Cool. So yeah, what I did here was basically, it says Alvaro, and actually I can do it again. So I'm gonna change it back to Alvaro. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna press submit, and here you're gonna see the contact was updated. So it's gonna give us a message saying that it was correctly done. So now we're gonna change it back. Actually, just to demonstrate, I'm going back to myself, and you see the change has been done correctly. So let's say, for example, we go here to Randy Savage, click update. And let's say we delete his email. So that should not be allowed. It should give us an error. So if we press submit, yep. So bad request, invalid contact email address. So there needs to be an email. So we're getting a notification when everything works fine, but we're also getting a notification when everything works as it should be. And as you see, it's grabbing the image and it's grabbing all the information regarding the individual. So I really liked the UI. One thing that I want to mention is that I want to have this actually on the center of the screen, but for some reason that didn't work. And I guess it's because the way NiceGUI organizes things. So once I put it in the middle, it looked nice, but nothing worked. So that was kind of weird. So before we jump into the source code, let me remember people to like and subscribe. Remember, like, click on the little bell. You're going to get notified every time we're going to release a new live stream. And also, the more subscribers we get, the more we can produce content. Also, don't forget that you can leave us comments either here or on YouTube or on Twitter or Instagram or wherever we are. We love your feedback, so just please let us know. So now it's time to jump into the source code. And that one should look better because it's easier to make it bigger here. So as always, what we're gonna do is we're gonna import Nylas and .m to manage our information. And we also gonna import app and UI from NiceGUI. Here we're just defining a local folder that is gonna be for our assets. So every time we grab a new our contact, it's gonna download the image. So we wanted to have it somewhere. We're gonna have it here on assets. We're gonna load our environment variables. We're gonna fire up our Nylas client. And here we're gonna create a dictionary, which is gonna hold all the information for a certain contact. So we're gonna have the ID, the given name, the surname, company name, etc. This list just gonna hold all the contacts. So for now, let's go down and see the front end first. So here we're gonna define the UI. We're gonna create a row, and then we're gonna create a column. So what we want to have basically is to have one column for the contact name or for the list of contacts and another column for the information for the contact. So what we're going to do is we're going to define an AG grid, which is some sort of a table. Here we're going to define the columns. So the ID is going to be hidden, but it's going to be here. And we're also going to have the contact name, which is going to be composed of the first name and the last name or the surname. And we want to have like a selection simple. So we could say like we want to select multiple ones at the same time. We just only want to select one. So that's why selection is simple. And then when we press on the update button, what we want to do, we want to grab the ID that belongs to that row. And we want to use that to retrieve the information for that contact. When we press the update button, which is here at actually this one. It's this one, yeah. So when we press this button, we're gonna call this output selected row, which is what I was explaining. Once we press that, it's gonna grab whatever row is selected and it's gonna grab the ID. Then, second column, we're gonna have a UI image, which is this one for the profile ID. And then we're gonna have all the fields for the first name, last name, company name, etc. Here we're gonna see that when something changes, we're gonna create a Lambda function, which is an anonymous function, and we're simply gonna update that value. So in here, what we're going to do is update field. We're actually going to update the dictionary. So every time we change something, our dictionary is going to be changed. So we're going to always going to have the information up to date. And when we click on submit, which is, oh, sorry, which is this one here, what we're going to do is going to call update contact. When we run our NiceGUI application, we can pass a title so it can show up on the page. So if we go up a little bit, when we start running this, what this is going to do is going to go in here. First, it's going to go into the Nylas contacts endpoint. It's going to select the first 5 contacts from a specified group. So you can get rid of this, and it's going to select the 5 contacts from your contact list. I just wanted to create a group just to have Hulk Hogan and all the wrestlers in the same place. And here it's just going to fill out the list that we're going to put into the table. Then once everything is in there, and we click on the button update, what it's going to do, it's going to grab the ID. It's going to go into contacts get, so it's going to get the details of the contact. And we're just going to pass that into our dictionary. So it's going to start populating everything so that when we click here, for example, on Bret Hart, it's going to put everything on the fields, but it's also put it on the dictionary. So when we change something, like we update the name or the surname or anything, what we're going to do is we're going to update our dictionary, and we're going to use that to pass it into the contact. So we're going to grab the contact, we're going to update information, we're going to say save, and if everything was correct, it's going to say the contact was updated. Otherwise, it's going to notify us with the error. Here, this little function which says update field, it's simply going to grab whatever value we have, and it's going to update the dictionary for us. So that's cool because we don't need to go like, okay, right now we're updating the first name or we are updating the surname. Here it's going to be kind of like dynamic. Wherever we modify, we just need to pass it in here, and it's going to do the update. So you can see this is like 186 lines. So it's pretty fast, pretty short code for something like this. I think when I did the Pinecone one was like 300 or something. So this one is more concise. And as you can see, I like it more.
Yeah, it seems really nice how you can actually build out UI using NiceGUI and as well to connect it to the Nilus API. It seemed pretty seamless and straightforward.
Yeah, totally. I really love the way they structure things. I mean, for example, in Pinecone, you need to kind of like create a state, and then on one side you have the front end and the other side the back end. Here in NiceGUI, it's like everything is interconnected, so it's way easier to just grab one thing from the front end, put it to the back end, and vice versa. So
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it was really nice. I wanted to mention, like always, don't forget that we did it today Python, but we also have Nylas ATK for Ruby, Node, Python, and Java. And also, we do live streams every Wednesday and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. So don't forget to watch us. Something you want to add, Rem?
I was going to say, just follow us on the interwebs. We're at Nylas. You can catch us on Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. I think we're on TikTok. And as well, just go to our website, nihilus.com, and you can take a look at our blog posts. I think Blog, you had a blog post on using NiceGUI come out this week, if I'm not mistaken. Or
Yes. So I think I released yesterday the one on how to create the daily planner. So
Yeah.
we did the live stream. You also now have the blog. So you can read in there how to do that.
Yeah, go ahead and check that out.
Yep, totally. And don't forget to go to developer.nylas.com, well, or our recommendation list. Uh, and the nice thing is that you can actually go into any piece of documentation and you can leave a comment. You can provide feedback. If you like something, you don't like something, you think something can be improved, you just can leave your feedback. And that's amazing because it helps us to make the documentation better for you. And I think that's it. I hope everybody enjoy it, everybody like it. And
Thanks, Blag.
yep, we will see you on the next live stream. All right. Bye, Ram. Thank you. Take
Bye,
care.
everyone. See you.
Bye.